There are moments in life that feel heavier than words can explain. Not because everything is falling apart at once, but because nothing feels like it's moving forward anymore. It can feel like waking up and going through the same motions, even when something inside feels distant. Like you are present, but not fully connected to anything around you. Some days, even small tasks feel larger than they should. Getting out of bed, replying to a message, or simply thinking about tomorrow can feel strangely exhausting. You may not always be able to explain it to others, so you carry it quietly, hoping it becomes lighter on its own. And yet, in the middle of all that weight, something subtle still keeps you going. Something you might not even notice at first. A reason. Even if it feels small, even if it feels unclear. Purpose does not always arrive as something big or dramatic. Sometimes it is quiet, almost invisible, like a thread holding you to the day. It might be a person you care about, a responsibility you don't fully name, a dream you haven't spoken out loud in a long time, or even just the idea that tomorrow might feel a little different. When the mind feels overwhelmed, it often focuses only on what hurts, like a room where all the lights are dim, except the loudest shadow. But human beings are shaped in a way that looks for meaning, even in difficulty. The mind keeps searching for why, even when answers are not clear yet. Purpose works like a direction inside that confusion, not removing the storm, but giving it a path to move through. It does not erase pain. It gives it somewhere to go. That is why, even in the hardest phases of life, people often find themselves continuing. Not always strongly, not always clearly, but continuing. A person might feel broken one moment and still show up the next day. Not because everything is fine, but because something inside still says there is more ahead. This is not about being strong in a perfect way. It is about being human in a deeply resilient one. When life feels overwhelming, the brain often narrows focus to survival. It reduces everything to just get through this moment. And in that reduced space, purpose becomes even more important, because it gives that moment a reason to exist beyond the discomfort. Even small purposes matter more than they seem. Something simple like caring for a pet, finishing a task, or keeping a promise to yourself. These things act like anchors in shifting water. They don't stop the waves, but they keep you from drifting too far. And over time, those anchors quietly build strength inside you. Not all at once, but slowly, in ways you may only notice later. There is also something deeply human about not seeing your own progress while you are living it. Growth often feels invisible when you are still in the middle of it. You may think you are barely holding on. But from another angle, it often looks like endurance. Not loud, not dramatic, just steady continuation. And that continuation matters more than it feels like it does. Because purpose is not always about achievement or success. Sometimes it is simply the reason you choose not to stop. Even when everything feels uncertain, the mind still holds on to small meanings, a memory, a responsibility, a hope that has not fully disappeared. And those small meanings can carry a person much further than they realize. There is a quiet truth in human nature.